What's up, everyone? It's Doug the Dog Guy, and I am here with one of my favorite people, the pet biz whiz himself, Dom Hodgson. How you doing, Dom?
I am great, Doug. I'm delighted to be speaking to you now, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in a couple of months' time.
Oh man, I'm so excited. I am so excited. You came over all the way from the UK, and we met in person for the first time last year in Orlando for your in-person seminar, and then now you are coming back again. I am so excited. I mean, I had so much fun last year. You bring so much knowledge, so much experience, and this year you're going to be talking about premium pricing. So I wanted to dig into this a little bit more. Anybody that watches my channel and follows me knows how adamant I am about premium pricing. And I learned a lot of what I know from you. So I would love for you to talk about your philosophy on premium pricing and then tell us a little bit about what this seminar is going to be like in Orlando.
Sure thing, sure thing. Um, w- w- my premium pricing story really starts before I even started my pet business. So I previously worked for Imperial Tobacco. I was a sales rep, and I was the guy who used to pull up with the briefcase and go into the shop and make sure that my company had distribution of our different brands. And at the time in the UK, Doug, the government were increasing the tax on the cigarettes quite severely, obviously to try and reduce smoking and to plough money back into the NHS. At the same time as that as well, there was a lot of smuggled cigarettes coming into the market. And so it began like a race to the bottom. So we had the best selling brand, and our competitors had a one that was slightly cheaper. Then we brought out a brand that was a little bit cheaper than theirs. And then they brought out a brand that was a little bit cheaper to ours. And it really was this like race for the bottom. But at the same time as that, there were these brands at the top that had like heritage, that had loyal customers, that were comparatively very, very expensive. And because of that, they comparatively made a lot more profit. So I'm talking about brands like Marlboro, something with like a bit of a cachet, and it had a certain segment of the market who were going to buy it no matter what. So, although I'm a dog guy doing through and through, that was my kind of introduction to pricing, really, and how powerful pricing was, and how it was all about kind of how you package up your product or your service and who you target it at. So when I started my own business, Pack Leader Dog Adventures, in 2011, that's exactly what I did. I had this kind of philosophy before I even knew what premium pricing was. I kind of had this inbuilt knowledge that I knew I was going to charge more, I was going to offer more, my service was going to be not for everyone, but it was going to be for a select few affluent dog owners. And I kind of crossed my fingers and went for it. And the rest, as they say, is history. It set me on a path of real prosperity, really, and it enabled me to do so many other different things in my business because I always had a healthy cash flow, because I always had great clients who had more disposable income, all of these different things.
I love it. I love it. I had like the opposite experience where I started at the bottom. I didn't know anything about anything. And I got bottom of the barrel clients because of it. And I spent the first 5 or more years of my business just pulling out my hair because I was trying to compete with these other people that were at the bottom of the barrel. And as soon as I started to raise my prices, I started to see everything about my business and my life changed just so dramatically. And I love that you came into this already knowing that and were able to start your business just at the top. Did you have any issues like getting clients, with not having much experience but having a higher price? What was that like for you in the beginning?
I think my experience is similar to the experience that a lot of my coaching clients have had, which is you do grow a little bit more slowly than you would if you were regular priced or low priced, but you grow a lot more profitably, And if you had the choice of growing slowly and profitably or growing fast and cheap, well, which one do you want? And your example's a really good example of what most pet business owners go through, really. And you mentioned about like you read my book, didn't you? You know, Walk Yourself Wealthy. And that was one of the things that kind of spurred you on. You were telling me about that last year. And when you raised prices, like, you know, even though you were fearful, as everybody is, nothing bad happened, did it? You know, the only thing that happened was, you know, you made more money, which made it easier for you to staff and scale and you know, and everything else that goes with that. So imagine, Doug, imagine like, if you had, well, I don't know what you increased your prices by, but imagine if you had increased your prices by double the amount and you had increased them twice as often. You know, what kind of a difference would that have made to your business? You know, which is a great business. Obviously, we know it is, and you know, it's really impactful in your community and everything. But what kind of a difference would that have made?
Right, right. It would have been astronomical.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And this is what we'll be talking about at the seminar, is like, how do we, what are the steps that we need to put in place to make this happen, you know? Because to a degree, you can, and anybody listening to this now or watching this, and Jug, I must say as well, the stuff you're putting out, buddy, it's really inspirational always. You know, I know you get a lot of
Thank
value
you.
from what I do, but I get a lot of value from what you do as well. And you know, I think that's why we get on so well, and we're doing all these amazing things together now. So well done, buddy.
Thank you.
um,
Thank you.
no problem. But you know, when people are watching this, the simple advice would be like, just increase your prices, you know, like increase them, stick them up. Usually I used to say stick them up by 10%. Now I would probably say 15 to 20, given everything that's gone on, inflation, you know, we've had a bit of a cost of living crisis still happening over here. Inflation is still very high. So that's the least you can do. But how do you increase prices more? How you know, what are the steps that you need to take? What are the things that you need to do? How do you present your business, and who do you target in order for you to be able to continually increase prices? And that's what we'll be talking about at the seminar.
I love that you mentioned who do you target? That was the biggest change for me. I had to change the entire way that I presented my business and the my marketing tactics, everything to be able to appeal to a higher level person that had enough disposable income to afford a true premium level service. And that's what really got me to just fall in love with this whole concept was thinking about how do I word this? What colors do I use? All of this different kind of stuff to truly appeal to that type of person. It's like a science.
It really is, yeah. And it's a different, you know, there are a lot of, you know, you people might think, well, a dog owner is a dog owner, and to a degree they are, you know, and how they feel about their dog. And we're not saying that affluent or rich people love their dogs any more than, you know, someone less affluent or even poor. But that shouldn't stop you from targeting these more affluent people. And as you said, the copy that you use, where you advertise, you know, the kind of media that they're using, all these different things, and how you show up as well, Doug. This is really important, you know. If you're showing up the same as everybody else, the same as all the other dog walkers in your town, then you make it very difficult for affluent buyers who are looking for something different, who are looking for something extra special. You make it really difficult for them to see you as the preferred option, you know? So everything has to be different. The copy, the emotions that we're trying to hit, how we show up, you know, the amount of money that we actually spend on our different advertising pieces that we put out there, or how we onboard clients, you know. As you said, it's a real science, and it's one that, like, if you think back to the story I just told about when I started out, that was all I knew, but that was enough to set me on a path that enabled me to do so many amazing things in my business. And I made mistakes the same as everybody else. But since then, obviously, I've gone deep on all this kind of thing, you know, and I've studied it, and we've tested lots of different things. So we know how important it is to present yourself as an expert, to be an authority figure, you know, why you need to be really choosy about the different pet businesses that you collaborate with, partner up with, and you know how you can, yeah, basically present yourself in a way that makes you the natural choice for these affluent dog owners who have more disposable income and are willing and ready and able to spend it on your services.
I love it. I love it. I know you're going to talk about the new client onboarding at the seminar here in Orlando. That changed so much for me. I learned about that at the seminar that I went to over there in the UK in Sunderland just a few months
Mhm.
ago.
Yeah,
And man,
impact.
yeah, impact. It was incredible. I had so much fun hanging out with you and meeting all the folks over there. And the new client onboarding piece, though, that stuck with me. And I came home and I completely revamped our entire new client onboarding process. And it's been a game changer. I mean, I can't even tell you the impact it has truly made on my business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And these are kind of the stories that we want people to tell about our business, you know, especially affluent people, because often they're not on Instagram, they're not on Facebook, you know, they're not on these kind of channels, and they're busy, they're working, you know, or they're traveling, or they're doing things, you know, they're doing things that they do just in their general lives, you know. So we need to find ways to impress them, for them to for us to create a memorable experience whenever we have any kind of touch point with them, because that's what fuels word of mouth and leads to them talking about you at cocktail parties and at board meetings and all this kind of thing. And it's what kind of builds your reputation at that level.
Yeah, yeah. So, one of the most common questions that I get that I would love to just quickly get your take
Go
on
for it.
is when pet sitters and dog walkers are increasing their prices, they get traumatized about how they will tell their clients. How do I tell my clients that I'm increasing my prices?
Well, two parts to that answer then, really. First one is you just tell them, you know, like Warren Buffett says, you know, if you have to say a prayer before you raise your prices by 10%, like there's something seriously wrong with your business, you know. And this is certainly true for us when we're dealing with people's pride and joy, you know, their four-legged furry friend, their the love of their life a lot of the time, their dog. If you can't convince your clients that your service isn't worth an increase, then you're doing some things wrong, you know. So we've got to take a look at how we're presenting the service. Are we just offering a toilet break, or are we offering some kind of enriching experience? You know, are we just offering someone who's there to phone if there's emergency, or are we offering a companionship? You know, and something that's going to add something to the dog's life and reassure the dog owner. That's kind of the first part of it. Is you should be able to just tell them about it. At the same time as that, you shouldn't. I know a lot of pet business owners, they communicate with their clients via like their Facebook page, or maybe via the app that you use, you know, and that's like makes it really useful for you, doesn't it, to tell them when the dog's been dropped off and all this kind of thing, and that they're really really useful. But the only time people ever really usually send their clients like a letter or an email of note, a personal one, is when they send a price increase. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? You know, if the only time you're ever a client's ever going to really hear from you is when you're going to send them a price increase, well, then obviously, you know, they might be a bit miffed. You know, a couple of them might take the hump and leave, because not because they don't think you're worth the extra effort, but because they might feel neglected. You know, and it's about, a lot of it is about how are we showing up to our clients regularly. I put out a video about this very recently, about like doing a newsletter. And I know you put one together after the coaching that we did together, didn't you? You know,
Yeah.
and like it's putting together a newsletter. It's worth doing a newsletter just for your existing clients, you know. So like even if you only had 10 clients, you know, you just did a newsletter just for them, like once a quarter even, you know, it's like it's going to do so much to make them feel like you are different and better and special, and you know, you care about them and you're somebody and you're doing something, you know. And it's, again, it's going to give them some stories to tell about your business as well. So communication with your clients, how you are showing up, you know, not just online, doing the same things as everybody else. What are you doing offline? What are you sending them? Are you organizing client appreciation evenings? You know, are you sending them gifts every now and again? All these different kinds of things. And in the seminar, we kind of map out a plan of action. So just as you did after Impact, when you went away and you kind of put it into action, and you saw amazing results. We'll do a similar thing for the seminar on September 30th. People will have a bullet point action list. I'm all about the action, as you know, Doug. I don't want people just to come and have a great time and laugh at my silly accent. I want them to come and have a great time, laugh at my silly accent, and then go away with an action plan that's going to help them to make more money in their business.
That's been really my favorite thing about working with you is that you make sure you hold us accountable for what we are doing, and you really just lay it out for us. Here are the steps, here are the actions to take. It's not just, words in the wind. You've actually done this, you've tested it. And I mean, just like you said, I mean, I put together the newsletter, I changed my new client onboarding process. I completely changed my actual outlook on how I handle my emails because of you. And
Mhm.
it's been incredible. I mean, all of this stuff I have seen immediate, tangible results. And it really is all thanks to you. I don't want to sound like I'm
Well,
just sitting here wiping your ass, but like it's true. It's true, man. I mean, I've learned so much from you, and I'm like truly excited for this seminar, September 30th.
me too, me too, and I appreciate the kind words too, Doug. I'm like you said, I've been around the block. I'm an old guy now. I have. I've everything that I teach, I've either done and or I've done with other people in other industries as well. So even though I've had like the dog walking, the dog adventure, and the training business myself, I've worked with groomers, I've worked with doggy daycares, I've worked with animal pet therapists. We've done all kinds of different things across all these different industries. So I know what works, and there's a lot of kind of cross pollination of ideas, and we had that in September, didn't we? Last year, well, we had a bunch of pet sitters and dog walkers there, but there was trainers there as well. There was people who had facilities and stuff. And really, this is for any kind of service-based pet business owner: doggy daycare, walker, groomer, trainer, therapist, anybody who's got a veterinary hospital, even. Any of these kind of things. You'll get so much value from this, and kind of what you kind of touched upon it there about your changing your whole like kind of outlook. We'll also be covering some money mindset stuff as well, because the thing that gets in the way the most of people embracing premium pricing and really claiming the riches that their amazing services deserve. It isn't the competition, it isn't the economy, it isn't the government. It's you, it's you. It's we get in our own way first. The bottleneck is happens at the top. And so yeah, we're going to do some stuff on money mindset as well to help people to really bust through those money blocks. And again, this is not like woo woo, we're all just going to hold hands and hum a tune and everything's going to be magical. I've got practical, actionable steps that you can take, and examples as well from people who've done this, just like I did. I think one of the things that why my story hopefully resonates with a lot of people is that I did what I did in Sunderland, and this is not an affluent area by any stretch of the imagination at all. We're in the northeast of England, and I was charging higher prices when I started out than people were in London. And all that. So if I can do it where I am, you can do it where you are. Trust me. These people are there. These dog owners are there. We just got to find them, and we'll give you the kind of you'll leave the seminar with kind of the vehicle and the toolbox and everything to enable you to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you talk about the actual money mindset. That's something that took me years to really wrap my mind around. Is I didn't grow up with money. I didn't grow up around money. I wasn't educated about money. And when I started having money come into my business, I had I felt like I almost didn't deserve it, and I questioned so many different things. I didn't know how to handle it appropriately or how to even track it appropriately. There were so many problems that I love that you are going to focus on that on the seminar.
Yeah, well, I think we have to. You have to. And it's not something that you can fix in one session, and it's something that you have to continually come back to. I mean, we do in my coaching programs, we do a money mindset call like once a quarter, once every 90 days. And why do we do it? Because we need to. People need to be continually reminded of this, as do I. With my business, as I go from level to level to level. Well, I have to level up here first before I'm able to kind of level up my bank account. And yeah, you ignore this stuff at your peril, and it's certainly something that we won't be ignoring and we'll be covering in the seminar in October.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I do. We just have a couple minutes left here, and I have two more questions that I just
Go
want to
for it,
get some
Doug.
quick answers to. I saw on your Facebook this past week that you have shut down Pack Leader Dog Adventures. What led to that decision?
Well, it's been something that's been in the offing for about probably 2 years now. So for the last couple of years, obviously, since 2017, really, I've been more or less full time with the coaching. And since I started to come to the States, and I'm picking up clients everywhere, and I've got more and more opportunities. At the same time as that, my eldest son, Alex, who was kind of the adventure manager here, he wanted to do something else. So he'd been with the business since he left college, and he hasn't really had many other, life experiences of working, and he wanted to do something else. And I wasn't going to we weren't going to stand in his way, essentially. So it's like I said, it's been in the offing for a while. He's left now, and the business was such, and it had been kind of limping along in like sort of limp home mode, really, just bringing in, enough to keep the wheels turning type of thing. With, it has to be said, again, relatively few clients, and that's the beauty, or kind of to come full circle, it's like the beauty of being premium prices. You really don't need a lot of clients to have a really stress-free business. Yeah. So, and it was like the decision, I had the decision of like, okay, do I staff this? Do I keep it going? Do I grow it? And truth be told, Doug, like my heart wasn't really in it anymore, that side of things. My passion, as you know, is working with pet business owners, is like lighting them up and helping them to move on. It's what I love, and every decision that we make in life, it comes down to like time, money, and energy, and like, do I want to spend time doing that? Can I make very much money, or as much money as I can from this? And do I have the energy? And all of those answers were kind of no, no, no. So in the end, it was a very easy decision to kind of shut the van doors and say, that served me very well, and it's led to this like next stage of my business.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Mm,
Congrats.
thank you, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, it's where it's been a strange couple of weeks. Obviously, so it's been a big part of our lives. But yeah, we're really excited. We're really excited for the future. There's like, just like you, I have a ton of ideas for a million different things, and I only have so much time in the day. And now I have even more time, to explore all these different possibilities. So yeah, we're really excited, and that's kind of we'll probably touch upon this on the seminar as well. Your business can and should set you up for the next thing. A lot of very successful people, often the first business that they start isn't the business that they end up in. The business develops, the business cross sells into something else. The business finds a tiny little niche, and then that niche becomes the thing that overpowers everything else. And I've seen it happen time and time again. Certainly it's happened to me. So yeah, it's been a great journey. I'm not totally finished with Pack Leader Dog Adventures yet. I have a lot of IP, and I have a lot of systems, and I have a lot of a lot of everything, content and everything, really, that I'm going to be resharing out there. But yeah, all done.
Nice, nice. I couldn't talk to you and not ask about that.
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. My other question I wanted to quickly ask is, last year you put out your book, How to Disneyfy Your Pet Business, which out of all of your books, that one is now my favorite. For a long time, I said it was the ultimate pet business plan, which was phenomenal. I still have it on my desk all these years later, like highlighted, notes in the margins. But How to Disneyfy Your Pet Business last year, it's incredible. I've been recommending it to all of my clients, like everybody that I talk to. I'm like, you have to read this book. He spells out exactly what you need to do. but I noticed that you have changed the name to Pet Business Magic, right?
Pet business
What?
marketing, Mike. Yeah.
Okay, Pet Business Marketing Magic. Why the name change?
It's kind of got two names really. The Pet Business Market and Magic name is the name that it lives on under Amazon. So when you sell anything through a corporation like Amazon, you are beholden to their rules and regulations and stipulations, of which they do not share their reasons for anything either, you know. So for whatever reason, when I launched the book, they didn't like. I assume it was the Disneyfy, but I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of odd that if it was, because there are already books out there that have that in. But rather than, you get no back and forth from them at all, you know. So it's like I was like, do you know what? It's going to be easier for me just to change the name when I put it on Amazon. So that's what I did. So we still sell Pet Business Market and Magic. Sorry, we still sell How to Disneyfy Your Pet Business, and that's kind of obviously what I talk about a lot, and customer experience and everything else. But yeah, under Amazon and Audible, it sits there as Pet Business Market and Magic. So it's the same book. So when you're recommending it now, tell them Pet Business Market and Magic.
Okay, will do. Yeah, I had recommended it to someone, and I went to send them like the Amazon link, and I was like, "Wait a minute, did I miss something here?"
But that's why we got to be nimble and flexible when we're entrepreneurs, don't we? You know, we got to just roll with the
That's so
punches.
true. That's so true. I mean, I'm sitting here in the backseat of my car at a rest stop off of I-95 right now, so I know all about staying nimble and flexible.
I appreciate you squeezing this interview in, Doug.
No, I appreciate you. Yeah, I always love talking to you. I always get so excited when I know we have a call coming up. So tell us where we can get tickets to the seminar.
Yeah, great question. So you can go to petbusinessmarketing.com/Orlando. That's it essentially. Petbusinessmarketing.com/Orlando. There are two ticket options. There's a standard and there's a VIP option as well. And you get a bunch of bonuses with each, but obviously you get more bonuses with the VIP. Yeah, we're going to be there from 9 till 5 at the Florida's Resort, which is where you guys are doing the uh, Florida Pets Services Association conference.
Yep,
Was that correct?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So that's coming up soon as well. So yeah, September 30th, Saturday, September 30th. It'll be a total blast. The event is as well as you helping out, Doug the dog guy. We got Live Oak Bank have sponsored the event as well. These guys are really keen to help uh, pet businesses grow and expand. And yeah, I met the team. They're phenomenal. They're going to be there on the day as well. So yeah, it's going to be a blast. I must say too, Doug, there are limited spaces. We have a smaller room. There's like 30 spaces available. When the tickets are gone, they're gone. This is my last solo seminar this year in the States. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
move fast, grab your ticket. I'm coming back in November to go to Hershey to speak at Pet Boarding and Daycare Expo. But this is my last kind of full day solo. Like you said, we have a blast. You get coffees, we get donuts, we'll have lunch. We'll all go out for a meal afterwards too. Yeah, you up for that?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. I'm excited. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
4 days is such a nice, place. It's very centrally located in Orlando. It's a very, fancy feeling hotel. The
it's
room that
beautiful.
we'll be
Yeah.
in is set up very well, so it's the same place we were last year, and it would just really worked out great for us, so I'm excited.
Yeah, me too, buddy. Yeah, go, get your ticket now. Petbusinessmarketing.com/Orlando. There's an early bird offer on. I think it's for another couple of weeks or so. So yeah, get a move on and
Awesome.
get your tickets ASAP.
Great. For everyone watching, I will put that link down in the description below, and I will pin it in a comment. So get your tickets. I will be there. Dom will be there. We can laugh at his accent together. It'll be great.
I can take it. I can take it.
Oh man, is there anything else before we wrap up that you could quickly want to mention, or any other links you want to plug, anything like that?
No, I have. I've got my podcast, obviously. You know, the Poodle to Pitbull Pet Business Podcast. People should check that out because we're always interviewing great pet business owners like Doug and talking about things that not many other, pet business gurus are talking about on my show. Tend to tackle a lot of the tougher subjects like pricing. But yeah, I think if you're somebody who offers an amazing service and really impactful service, and you've built like a a pet service machine that has like a lot of services, a lot of staff, a lot of clients. It can be really tempting to think like, okay, this is how it is for me now. I've hit my ceiling. If I need to grow, if I want to grow further, I need to get more people and more clients. That is not the case at all. Okay, you can and you should, and you will grow exponentially better if you not only increase price, introduce upsells, move people into continuity. These are all of the things that we'll be talking about in this seminar.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm the perfect example for it. I mean, I did coaching with you last year, and it just changed my life. So I just can't thank you enough for everything that you've taught me, and how much impact you've made on the entire pet industry around the world.
That's very kind of you to say, Doug. I'm having a blast, honestly. I'm meeting new people. I'm sniffing out the hidden money in their business. I'm showing them a lot of the things that like we've done and what other people have done in the UK and in the States too. And yeah, we're adding value to this business. We're really turning it into something that um, yeah, it can bring you everything that you want. I think this business, this industry, you just have to. eh, There's a way to do it. You can try and do lots of different things and sell everything at a lower price, and then you're in like a margin game. You're in the volume game. Then, sorry, you're in the volume. It's like more and more. We need more, more, more. We need to get like 50 more clients before we hit this revenue level. Or you can work off margin. You can increase your expert status and your authority status. You can improve your onboarding and your customer experience. You can do better, more educational, better targeted marketing, and that will enable you to grow far better, far easier. Your business will be much more enjoyable for you, your staff, for everybody if you embrace the principles that we're going to talk about on September 30th.
I love it. I love it. Everybody go to petbusinessmarketing.com/Orlando. Link is down in the description. And thank you so much, Dom. I will see you in September.
You will indeed. This has been a blast as always. I look forward to speaking to you next time, Doug.
All right. Stay positive, everyone.